Hello and good morning to you. This is Cliff Graves from Train Well Boxing. So at the moment we are just doing audio only. We are due to move home and we are a home-based business. When we get to our new home, we're going to start to incorporate the bells and whistles videos, which will teach you so much, show you so incredibly much, all free. Don't underestimate Trainwell Boxing. We've got a lot of knowledge, okay, and we want to share it with you. All we want is for you to give us a thumbs up, acknowledge you like us. Is that a deal? All right. So today, this morning, I want to talk to you about Jack Dempsey. Anybody that's anyone within boxing circles will be taking their hat off and almost rolling out the red carpet when we talk and mention the name Jack Dempsey. Mike Tyson, right? Mike Tyson was trained predominantly by Cus D'Amato, and predominantly his style was the peek-a-boo style. But even Mike Tyson would say Jack Dempsey. What a fighter. What a fighter. And like I say, if you know your boxing, you will be nodding in agreement with me rather than shaking your heads. He had devastating power. Devastating. Absolutely devastating. So what I am going to do is I'm actually going to read you an AI overview of the Jack Dempsey Powerline, and then we'll talk after. So if you're sitting comfortably, got your cup of chai or your coffee or whatever, sit back, and all I want you to do is relax and enjoy this. Hopefully get something from it. The Dempsey Powerline is a boxing concept described by former world heavyweight champion Jack Dempsey in his book Championship Fighting, that explains how to generate maximum punching force and avoid injury, get this, pay attention, by aligning the bones of the arm and body. If you're a banger and you can hit hard, please pay attention from now on. The fundamental idea is that power comes not just from the arm, but from transferring the force generated by the entire body, the kinetic sequencing, legs, hips, and shoulder in a single straight line to the target. Subtitle number 1, alignment. This power line runs from the shoulder straight down the length of the arm to the pinky knuckle, the little finger knuckle, when the fist is clenched. Subtitle number 2, point of impact. Please pay attention. Dempsey instructed fighters to land the punches on the bottom 3 knuckles, the little finger, your ring finger, right, and your middle finger. Because this is where the natural skeletal alignment of the forearm bones, your ulna and radius, stacks directly behind the point of impact, creating a strong structure that absorbs recoil. Subtitle number 3, vertical fist. This method usually involves a vertical fist, the little finger, pinky, knuckle leading, which was a common technique in bare knuckle boxing. And it's also seen in martial arts like Wing Chun. So what are the key benefits then? What are the key benefits? According to Jack Dempsey, which weren't no paper tiger. As I say, if you know anything about your boxing, you would be seeing Dempsey as the king, right, of power punching. Maximum force. By using proper body mechanics, and we've talked about this, such as hip rotation and a falling step, which basically I think transfers really to sitting down on your punches. It moves the body weight forward. The punch delivers the maximum possible payload. Right, well, when you're sitting down on your punches, you implode the energy in. The energy's going out through that power line, but the energy's coming in, so you're absorbing impact energy. Otherwise, you'd be like the javelin thrower with your foot right off, your rear foot right off. And if a wily pro boxer sees it, he'll just sidestep and you'll go sailing through the ropes, even with the new modern way that the ropes are tackled up. It also prevents injuries. Aligning the wrist and forearm correctly helps prevent the wrist from bending upon impact. Got it? Which reduces the risk of hand and wrist injuries, especially in bare knuckle situations. Why do you think the fighters, when you see them, there's a really important fight like you saw Conor Benn at Tottenham Football Stadium, Conor Benn and Chris Eubanks Jr. You see them in the dressing room getting their hands bandaged. Do you see how far they go up the wrist and how much attention they pay to the wrist? Because that's what can happen when you hit. If you haven't got strong wrist, I'm telling you, you can break your wrist, especially if you hit hard. So please pay attention to what Dempsey has written, not me, what Dempsey is saying. And efficiency, I mean, the technique ensures the entire body works together in a coordinated, explosive and implosive, my addition, implosive manner, making punches both powerful and efficient. The Dempsey Powerline is a fundamental part of his system for achieving really explosive punching, and remains a studied technique in various striking disciplines today. So the power line to reiterate, it's a straight, natural line of force that runs from the boxer's shoulder straight down the length of the arm to the knuckle of the little finger. We talked about all of this, the reasons behind it. This technique was highly regarded by other martial arts, including Bruce Lee, who incorporated the vertical straight lead punch into his system Jeet Kune Do. Due to its safety and effectiveness, it also remains the choice of bare knuckle fighters. So there you have it. You need to be hitting with those three knuckles, from the pinky to the ring finger to the middle finger, not the other two, because I would tell you something. I was hitting with the first two knuckles from the index finger to the middle finger, rather than the pinky, ring finger, middle finger. I was doing it the other way. And what in effect happens, if you hold your arm up now and you do like a punch, a reverse punch, okay, where you would be finishing on a point impact with your arm extended, the force will stop at your shoulder joint, right? But this is when you've made impact, hence why I say implode the energy in. It's an explosive kinetic sequencing until that has made contact, and it's done in a millisecond. So you have to use creative visualization here. Don't try and super analyze it, because if you do that, it'd be like you're walking through treacle and it won't work. But when you apply what Dempsey is saying, and you've turned your shoulders, you rotated your shoulders right into that punch, the power will go up your shoulder, up over your upper back and out. So if you refer back to our other talks on power punching, you'll see the whole thing. But just to briefly then go back, and we'll finish off. Briefly recap. Via the kinetic sequencing, you push off from the foot, you rotate from the foot, which sends the force, the energy, spiraling up your legs. Most fighters will be in some form of bladed stance, even if you're in the peekaboo. The hips, following the kinetic sequencing, rapidly rotate around. But because you've got, like what the javelin throwers use, a block leg, which is your lead leg, it stops the force, which then transfers into the trunk and up the arm and out of the arm in an implosive fashion, where you sit down on impact, utilizing Dempsey's method of hitting with the pinky, the ring, and the middle knuckles. Because of the force going up the arms, across the upper back, and then out through the other shoulder, non-striking shoulder, out and gone. That is the way you power punch. Now, before I get any critiques or anything like that, the power punching is kind of, even if you've got people like Canelo Alvarez and Triple G, which were real power punchers, slipping and rolling into the punches and putting in hard hooks and things like that, they would set them up with lighter punches. For example, doing a double jab, we was always taught that one of the jabs can be a power jab, the other one is like a flicker jab. So probably a flicker jab to get your distance and then stepping in with that real hard power jab. So we know that here at Trainwell Boxing. We appreciate that here at Trainwell Boxing. If you're incorporating this into some form of self-defense system, then it is all out power punching, because you're wanting to knock your attacker out and down and render them unable to continue fighting or whatever, so the threat is neutralized. But in boxing, if you've got to fight 12 hard rounds, you cannot power punch all the time because you will get picked off. This is why you look at the peekaboo system and it's highly evasive, rolling and slipping and sidestepping and pivoting off and all the rest of it. So I do hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it's not raining where you are. I hope you have a lovely weekend and we will speak again soon. Take care. Ciao.